Start recording. Stop recording. Button. Hello, everybody. This is Darth Bane. Now, I told you that I would do a review on Star Wars from the point of view of a blind person. And I decided first, I need you to understand what watching Star Wars as a blind person is like. Therefore, I'm going to show the Count Dooku lightsaber fight from Star Wars Episode 2. I had first planned on doing Maul, but it's broken up too much. It'd be hard to edit, I'd be pausing too often. So I decided on this one. So there's no visuals, just audio, and it's described. And this is how I always watch it. So watch and enjoy and just listen. And this is how I view Star Wars. Here we go.
The Jedi and Padawan enter the cave with their lightsabers drawn. As an android moves up a ramp and into a pod-shaped vessel, Dooku turns and faces them.
You're gonna pay for all the Jedi that you killed today, Dooku.
We'll take him together. You're going slowly on the left.
Taking him now.
No, Anakin, no!
As the Padawan charges, Dooku shoots lightning from his hand and throws Anakin aside. Smoke rises from his fallen body.
As you see, my Jedi powers are far beyond yours. Now, back down.
Dooku shoots a bolt at Obi-Wan, who absorbs it with his blue lightsaber.
I don't think so.
The Count draws his curved lightsaber hilt and activates a red blade. Obi-Wan charges at Dooku, and their sabers strike together. The Master Jedi swings at Dooku's legs, and the Count jumps, avoiding the blade.
Master Kenobi, you disappoint me. Yoda holds you in such high esteem.
Obi-Wan swings his lightsaber, blocking another of Dooku's strikes.
Surely you can do better.
Obi-Wan jumps over the pod-shaped vessel's ramp. Anakin lifts his head and grimaces. Meanwhile, on the desert floor, a trooper runs through sand toward Padme.
Are you all right?
She rises to her feet.
We better get back to the forward command center.
No. Gather what troops you can. We've got to get to that hangar. Get a transport. Hurry!
Right away.
Back in the hangar, Dooku and Obi-Wan continue to battle. Anakin winces in pain as smoke rises from his clothes. Obi-Wan strains, locking blades with Dooku. The Dark Count grins and strikes the Jedi in the shoulder, then the thigh. Obi-Wan falls and clutches his leg. His lightsaber lands a few feet away. Dooku stands above him with his red saber raised. As he swings it, Anakin vaults over and blocks the strike with his green blade.
Brave of you, boy. But I would have thought you had learned your lesson.
I am a slow learner.
Obi-Wan summons his lightsaber into his hand. He tosses it to Anakin, who catches it and wields both his own and his teacher's weapons. Sparks fly as the Count swiftly cuts Anakin's lightsaber in half. Anakin backs away and severs a power cable. Obi-Wan watches in the dim cavern as the two stand motionless with their sabers raised. The Padawan and Count cross blades again. The sabers slice through the air, illuminating each rival's face. Blue light flashes on Anakin's smooth, angry brow. Red light strobes off of Dooku's beard and deep-set eyes. As the severed power cable emits sparks, the two men swivel and turn in combat. Dooku cuts off Anakin's right arm. Using the Force, the Count propels Anakin onto the floor beside Obi-Wan. Dooku gazes wearily at the defeated Jedi and his Padawan, then alertly looks toward the cave entrance. A shadow moves into the light. Yoda hobbles inside, using his cane.
Master Yoda,
Count Dooku.
you have interfered with our affairs for the last time.
The Count raises his palm toward a metal cylinder on a far wall. The device breaks off and flies toward Yoda. The Jedi Master faces his palm at the cylinder and repels it. A second piece of equipment hurtles his way, and he conducts it aside. Yoda glares sternly at Dooku and takes a karate stance. The Count raises his arms, and the cavern ceiling crumbles above Yoda. Yoda raises his hands, and the large chunks of the ceiling briefly hang in midair. He flings them aside.
Powerful you have become, Dooku. The dark side I sense in you.
I've become more powerful than any Jedi. Even you
Dooku fires lightning at Yoda, who catches it with his palm and pushes it back. It ricochets off Dooku's hand and hits the wall. Dooku fires again, and Yoda catches the lightning. As the blue energy arcs between them, Yoda collects it in his hand.
Much to learn you still have.
It is obvious that this contest cannot be decided by our knowledge of the Force, but by our skills with a lightsaber.
Dooku ignites his blade. Yoda draws back his robe and summons his saber from his hip. The two enemies fly into the air and meet each other on the ground. The small Jedi Master flips and somersaults, his green blade whirling rapidly. Their sabers momentarily lock, crisscrossed, as they match each other's strength. The glow of Yoda's blade gleams on his wizened features. Yoda twirls through the air sideways and flies above the Count. His lightsaber dances around Dooku's head. With nimble dexterity, the Jedi leaps from ledge to ledge, lands in front of the Count, and blocks his attacks. Yoda glares at Dooku.
But well you have, my old Padawan.
This is just the beginning.
Dooku points to a column of pipes which buckles and falls toward Obi-Wan and Anakin. As the Count retreats toward the vessel, Yoda raises his hands and closes his eyes. Obi-Wan looks up at the falling column. Yoda arrests it in midair and holds it suspended above Obi-Wan and Anakin. His large pointed ears flex as he concentrates. He then lowers his hands and relaxes his face. The column drops onto the ground beside the fallen Jedi. Now outside, a Republic gunship approaches. As Padme and clone troopers jump off, Dooku's vessel escapes into the rust-colored sky. Padme and the others shoot at the ship. On board, Dooku sits beside a droid pilot. The ship moves away from the reddish planet. 4 triangular panels hinge open at its rear, leaning slightly toward the nose. Metallic parachutes then unfurl at the tip and join to form a large sail. Back in the hangar, Anakin and Obi-Wan rustle and stir. Yoda exhales, summons his cane into his hand, and slowly walks toward Obi-Wan, who rises to his feet and helps his Padawan up. Padme runs to Anakin as clone troopers surround the hangar's entrance. Now,
And that's what I got for you. So that's how I view Star Wars. No special effects. That doesn't affect me. The music will. But that's how I view Star Wars. I just wanted that demonstration. I know I put a couple of other descriptive audio, but perhaps some of you just watched this Star Wars, so I wanted you to understand. So that's all I got for you today. This is Darth Bane. May the Force serve you well. I'll see you later. Stop recording. Button.